Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I am going to compare an applied science university and a research one to see what are the differences and which one is better option for you to choose and go study for it. For that I'm going to compare University of Twente and Saxion, which is an applied science one. Let's talk about some general differences between an applied science university and the research one. First is type of education. Uh, as you can hear, you can pause the video and read the article yourself, but in the summary, applied science is mostly more practical and research one is theoretical. uh, Applied science is you learn by doing projects. However, in the research one, you are go in depth in the theory, do a lot of math and stuff like that. And applied science are the classes in the applied science universities are smaller. There are less students, so you have more time with your teachers. However, in the research one, there are big lecture classes, so it may be 50-40 students in the same lecture class, so you have less time to engage with an professor, stuff like that. Now let's talk about two courses which are applied science, applied computer science in applied science university, and in the uh, University of Twente, which is a research one. First, in an applied science university, the duration for the courses are 4 years, but in research one are usually 3 years. And the tuition fee also is different. For EU and US student is 2,600 and something, and for non-EU is almost 9,500 per year. But for the technical computer science, which is from University of Twente, here the prices, the tuition fee is almost about 60, I think. Let's see here the tuition fee here for a student is 90, 16, and next year will be 90. Oh, of course, this is the University College Twente. Here it's 16,400 for computer science. Now let's talk about uh, differences in the courses. Well, in University of Twente, the courses you are going to take are module based. In each module, you are going to do one project, and you have 4 modules in each year. And here it doesn't really mention the courses you're going to take in each, for example, module. Here it says software domain, hardware domain, information domain, security and law, but it doesn't give you specific ideas. However, there are brochure you can download here and see exactly what's going on in each courses. And here in the section, as here says, 45% theory, 40% practical and group assignment, and 50% study and career counseling. And in the first year, you are going to do a little bit of math. The math in the applied science are much easier and less than the one in the technical, in the research-based one. You have electronic programming, algorithms, and stuff like that. And one of the differences between studying in an applied science and in a research-based one are the internship, which was really I think huge difference here. In the computer science, only you can have internship instead of each elective. So you have module 8, module 9, and 10, which you can have your internship. But which if you go for an internship for all of it, I'm not sure whether it's possible or not. If you find an internship and do it, then it's almost here 6 months here almost, and 4 months, 5, 6 months here, and 2, 3 months here. So you almost have the same amount of internship you have in the section. However, I don't think you can do it. You need to choose an elective here, then do internship in one of these. But in applied science one, you have internship in the third year completely. You here, as you can read, and you have more internship. And what about the future studies? I mean, yeah, you are done with the bachelor and you want to start your master and even your PhD. For that, there are two ways for applied science one. Firstly, if you want to go to the PhD, you can do it by having an applied science master or bachelor. You need to have a master in the research base. But if you only want to study master in applied science universities, they also give masters courses as well. So you don't have a problem there. Even if you want to later on, you can change after you're done with your studies in the bachelor. You can change it doing a minor in your fourth year for example, pre-master. Then you can change it to the research one, or you can go through the master in the applied science as well. And what are the differences here if you want to study master itself? Well, master programs are in computer science is 1 year, and in the research one are 2. So you need to pay attention to that. So that means if you want to finish and study both bachelor and master in both university, it takes almost 5 years to do so. But let's talk about the requirements to study in an applied science university and research one. Well, in applied science, requirements are much uh, simpler, and it's much easier to apply for it and get accepted. And almost having a band score of 6 for IELTS and having a good grade, you can look it out. But yeah, even with my diploma, if you saw my previous video, as I said, it wasn't accepted for the Twente. I did get accepted in the Saxion, so you don't have the problem like that as well. But in Twente, as I said, there are some restriction you need to have and to follow to get your to get accepted. Like I said, I went through 1 year of foundation year to get to the Twente. I couldn't go there with my diploma. And about the scholarships and stuff like that, in Twente, there are more scholarship usually, especially in the masters. But you have one scholarship here which cover almost 5,000, between something 2,500 to 5,000 euro, and which is almost half of your study, half of your tuition. You can check it out in the website itself, going for a scholarship and stuff like that. If you want to know whether it's a good program for you, you can also apply for an online bachelor open day where there will be a professor who is going to give you a lecture talk. It's a group thing. They are not going to ask you a question, but you can ask your question if you want. So you don't need to be worried about it if you are a little bit stressed or something. You can register, watch it like a video, and see how's it going. And yeah, that's almost all. If you want to choose between also for a PhD, as I said, in the if you are done with master in applied science, you can apply for a PhD. You need to pay attention to that. And if you want to after you are done with your studies in your Netherlands, if you want to transfer in another country, then most of them are not going to accept the diploma you got from an applied science university because they aren't in the ranking. So you can't apply. I mean, you can check the ranking QNS ranking of Twente and QNS ranking of Saxion. It's not ranked there. So if you want to apply for a transfer or go to study in another country, they are not going to accept your diploma. Even if they accept it, it's not like having a diploma from a well-known university because they don't have any ranking there. And yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about today. And hopefully you enjoyed and get some advice from it, some points, something useful. And see you later on. Bye, guys.